Hi, I'm Caitlin, and this is Book Chats, and today is my August successes, struggles, and soon-to-bes. So you guys who've been watching my channel for a while know that this is a video I do at the end of every month, and I talk about those three things. Starting with successes for August. I finally finished the first online class that I was taking to kind of learn more for my career. I'm excited mostly that I'm excited again to learn, and I'm excited again to learn for my job, and I'm excited about my job because of this class. So that's all great and a great success. I'm also I was in a much better place mentally in August than I was in July. If you guys watched my July video, you'll remember I talked about how I was really stressed and a lot of things were stressing me out at work, and it was causing me to be more negative than I wanted to be. I think I left that in. I might have cut that. Anyway, that was where I was in July. In August, I had similar stressors on my life, but I was handling the stress a lot better. One of the biggest things that I did in the month of August, and I will add in some footage here if I can pull it off my phone and I have it, is that I helped my friend move from St. Louis to Washington State.
Hello! We're at the Badlands, which are behind us. Can't see that.
It's so pretty.
We've been driving all morning, and this one has been driving all morning.
All day.
But this is one of our stops on our epic road trip. So.
It was a really fun trip. We basically drove for 4 days, and we packed her car full of stuff and her dog and drove across the US and had a really good time. We stopped at a couple places along the way. We stopped at the Badlands. We stopped at Devil's Tower. We stopped in a summer camp in Idaho she used to work at, and it was just beautiful. It was driving across this beautiful land and seeing these beautiful, like God's beautiful creation, and it was a really great experience. And then we got to our end destination, and we finished out the weekend after moving her up there by going to Mount Baker National Forest and going on a hike that took us up to Hannigan Peak. Now, I did not finish the entire hike. I didn't get all the way to the peak. I stopped about a mile to a mile and a half south of the peak, or below the peak. But my friend and the other people hiking with us, they all made it all the way up to the peak, and I feel totally great about my decision to stop where I did. I don't feel bad about it at all. I feel like it was a success to know my limits and to know that I really couldn't go further, especially because I was talking to my friends. So there was basically a point in the hike at which I thought I was very close to the end, and then I got up and discovered I was not close to the end. And I looked at where I thought the end was, and I was like, no, I'm done. So I basically just sat down. We had my friend's dog hiking with us, so I was like, I'll take the dog. And then I had my friends go on. I brought my Kindle on the hike with me because I'm that girl, so I pulled it out and read and talked to the dog and enjoyed the beauty of nature. And then my friends eventually came back, and they were all like, oh, it was super hard. You definitely, like, where you think that the end is from here, no, it's actually even further than that. And I was like, I feel very confident in my decision to quit hiking when I did. And then we had to go back down the mountain and go back, and it was great. I had a really good time just bonding and driving across America, and it was like a quintessential road trip. It was great. Anyway, that kind of segues into my struggles. Most obvious to you guys is that I didn't do a great job editing my videos. I had several videos pre-filmed, and I was just not great at editing them. That actually has a lot to do with what I was doing on my computer instead, which is taking that class and searching for apartments. So every time I was on my computer, I kind of felt like I had to do those. I spent so much time looking at apartments, guys. I spent so much time. Anytime I was on my computer, I was pretty much doing those things and not editing. And when I was editing, I felt like I should be doing those things. All this to say, I'm hoping that those things will not be influences in September, and I will be able to edit better and get these up. I've filmed a bunch of videos. I have a couple videos I still haven't edited from previous months of filming, and I will get those up for you guys, and yeah, we'll see. Another thing is that partly because of that travel that I did kind of in the middle of the month where I was gone for a little more than a week with helping my friend move, and partly because I'm getting ready to move, I have not necessarily been grocery shopping regularly, and I've just been trying to eat the food I have, which means that my eating becomes very sporadic. The point being, it wasn't super great, my diet in August, and hopefully as I move and then like adjust to having moved, that I hope my diet will regulate itself and it will get more healthful again. There's a theme clearly that, my moving is affecting my life. My biggest struggle of August was just around the prospect of spending money. I just have to be honest. That's what I told myself when I started making these videos, that I had to be honest with you guys. And so I have always struggled with money as an idol in my life. Not like the idea of like, oh yeah, I just want to have all the money or whatever, but I view money as security, and so I want to have money because I want to have security, and so I become very like, sometimes it's good not to spend money, but sometimes like it just causes more stress not to spend money, or to stress about spending money when it's really fine and you should just be fine. So that was causing me a lot of stress because I currently have roommates and I will not have roommates after I move, and so I will be spending more money when I don't have roommates anymore. Even though I have enough wiggle room in my budget, I can cut down on my travel, I can change my payment schedule for my student loans, like I can afford this. So I was just really stressed through a lot of the month. And then actually, like, this is a success on this, is that a couple weeks ago I just came to a point where I realized I hadn't really prayed about it, and so I just sat down and I was like, God, help me to be a good steward of my money, help me to make good choices, please guide me, and guide me as I make a decision about where to live next year. And just praying that and just giving it up to God took a huge weight off my shoulders. I suddenly felt at peace, even though it took me another 2 weeks to really find a place that I wanted to live. That was immediately less stressful for me. I felt much better searching for places to live. I felt much better about, and it was just a huge relief. And so that was really good. Who would have thought when you are struggling with sin, you should ask God for help? And I kind of alluded to, I think that I found a place that I'm living. I have an application in. Hopefully by the end of this week, all of my paperwork will be settled, and then I will be moving in 2 weeks, and it'll be really exciting. I'm really excited about my new place. It has really great natural lighting. I'm super excited to film videos there. I can't guarantee you guys will see a video that I've shot there until next month's Successes, Struggles, and Soon-to-Bes, because I have a bunch that I film now, and I am hoping to edit them and space them out, because I don't know how crazy my life will be once I move and have to like set up my mini household when it's just me. But I also will be really excited to film there, so we'll see. No promises either way, I guess I'll say. Other soon-to-bes are 2 eventy type things that will probably happen before I do the next version of this video. One of them is happening this week. Wednesday, I am going to the Sarah J. Maas signing at Book People in Austin, Texas. So if you are also going to that signing, please let me know, and like we can maybe meet up or say hello. You can say hello to me. If you're going to be there, let me know, and I'll make sure I try to find you before I leave. And then at the end of the month, actually October 1st, so into the next month, is the Texas Teen Book Festival, which is also in Austin. Everything happens in Austin. Ugh. Anyway, that is super exciting. I'm going with a couple of my friends. I'm trying to lure a couple of my other friends into going, and it'll be great because Laini Taylor is going to be a keynote speaker. Lee Bardugo is going to be a keynote speaker. There's a ton of other awesome authors who are going to be there. I'm super excited for it. So if you can make it, you should try to make it, because it should be awesome. If you happen to see me, like, please feel like you can come up and talk to me. I am super, like, love talking to people, love making friends with people, love meeting people at bookish events. I talk to people in lines all the time at bookish events because I'm just like, hi, bookish people, you like books. Anyway, I was really grateful when one of the first booktubers I ever met said this in one of her videos, so I want to make it really, really clear. If I am at one of these events and you see me, like, please come talk to me. Please say hello. Don't feel like too embarrassed to come talk to me. I will even, like, give you something to say, okay? If you're like, I don't know what to say, what do I say? Like, come up and say, hey, like, which author are you most excited to see today? Like, that, there. You don't even have to admit that you watch my channel. You can just come up and ask me that. And I will, like, just be like, totally forget that I told you to say this because I don't remember these things. And I'll be like, look at these awesome people. And I'll talk to you about which author I'm most excited to see that day. Probably Laini Taylor, guys. I did not just give you the spoiler answer. Maybe my answer will be different on October 1st. Anyway, please feel like you can come talk to me at any type event, especially this one. I would love to meet any of you. I don't know if any of you live in Texas, but if any of you do, please come. I will also probably be going to the Texas Book Festival in November, but we'll see on that one because I'm also going to YALLFest after that, so it's just a lot of bookish things all in a row. This is the thing about being an adult and being a single adult who doesn't have to worry about anyone else's, like, goings on, because I can just be like, yeah, I'm going to all the book things. I am going to wrap this all up there and let you guys know down below. Let me know if you are going to be at either of those events I talked about. I will see you guys next month for sure, but also in a bunch of videos intervening many more times than this month, I hope. So, talk to you guys later. Bye.